Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Rutgers Rebuild Dynasty here on College Football 27. Our Scarlet Knights coming off maybe the biggest win in program history last time out against the number 5 defending national champion Indiana Hoosiers, as we took that one by a score of 32-28. It was Dylan Lonergan, the Boston College transfer, in his first start for the Scarlet Knights, led us to victory, and he's now back under center here on the road against the Maryland Terrapins. Maryland started the year 3-0, a big win against Virginia Tech in that span, but have since dropped their last 3 games here to open conference play. First there against UCLA, then against Nebraska, and then a big loss last time out against the number 1 Ohio State Buckeyes. But our Scarlet Knights coming off a bye week, I think a great time for a bye week after a big win. Just, give us some time to get grounded, come back down to earth, as we're now here underway from College Park, Maryland. Our Rutgers Scarlet Knights trying to put together another conference win here, and every week is different. Despite a win last time out against a very good team, of course, the Hoosiers, the defending champions, we took this rivalry matchup last year 35-20, and Terrapins 12-9 all time in this series, so very manageable over the course of this dynasty. I keep wanting to say franchise, but over the course of this dynasty to maybe take the advantage, and we want to take it here today, improve to 5-1 as our Scarlet Knights ranked at number 24 in the polls, ranked for the first time since 2012, coming up on 14 years to the day. Antoine Raymond the first give, as he's the second leading rusher in the Big Ten entering this week. He's brought down after just a 1-yard gain. Now we're going to go RPO alert Bubble here on 2nd and 9. Bubble was covered up there to Ben Black, but we do get 5 yards up the middle for Raymond. Now go mesh double wheel here on 3rd and 4. Mike Loxley now, I believe, his 9th season as the head coach here for Maryland. Back-to-back 4-win seasons, as they're going to want to step it up here. A quick one, we'll just go KJ Duff wide open. Maryland playing off in a big truck in the open field. We want to get KJ Duff going a little bit more, and it's good to get him there on the opening drive for the first down. Now up to the 38-yard line. Again, we'll just go for Antoine Raymond as he breaks the first arm tackle, only a 1-yard gain. Now we'll try Z-cross out. Might be able to get Vernon Allen there to the sideline, maybe Cameron Anthony underneath, as Lonergan takes the snap. Rolling to the right, nothing open, and we'll just get rid of it. That brings up 3rd and 9. We'll just go slants middle. I'm kind of tempted to just check 2 runs, try and set up a manageable 4th down, but our own territory. Don't want to force anything here early in the game. We'll just try and get it through the air as Lonergan takes the snap. They do send a blitz, as we'll try and get that for Ben Black, but he can't hang on. Maybe had a better read, as we're forced to punt on the opening drive. Not a 3-and-out, though, so at least something to build off of, as now Jacob Anderson on for the punt. We've had a good start to this dynasty, punting the football, going for that bounce approach, but this time not going to get a bounce. A fair catch instead at the 24, and there probably should have been a flag there. We went for the tackle, but they're letting us play, I guess, in this rivalry game. Dorian Fleming, the former Georgia State tight end, now his 2nd year at College Park, one of the top tight ends, not only in the Big Ten, but in the country, as he is on the John Mackey Award watch list. And at quarterback for the Terrapins, Malik Washington, the true sophomore. He started last year as a true freshman, one of the best freshmen in all of football. And they're going to start here off the play fake to the sideline, and that one caught but out of bounds. That one incomplete. Now Washington on 2nd down, a quick one as he goes near sideline. That one caught for 6. That was Naeem Abdul-Rahim Gladding on the catch, the transfer from Old Dominion, the leading receiver here for the Terrapins entering this week. Now 3rd and 4 at the 29, man in motion all the way into the backfield. Now Washington takes the snap. We'll check it down, a quick one, as Walker gets the tackle, and that will be short of the line to gain. Washington just checking it down there, but his receiver could not get the forward progress for the first down, so we exchange punts here early on from College Park. And there is Ben Black for the punt return, and we'll give him a chance here. As we'll try and work that to the left side, brought down at the 25, and our offense back out there. We were going to go a little triple option, but spread out up front. We'll just check now to inside zone split for Raymond. When in doubt, just check it for Antoine Raymond. Now here on 1st down, he gets the give, and he'll get 4. 2nd and 6, mesh spot. Antoine Raymond on a wheel route. Not sure if we're going to get that. KJ Duff on a 9. But with that high safety, not probably going to get that. We'll just go Cameron Anthony underneath, and he'll get 7. Anthony has been emerging as our more reliable chain mover at tight end. We have 3, kind of mixing them all in. None of them over 71 overall. A big area that we're trying to address in the transfer portal. this upcoming offseason. Another good for Raymond. A slow start for him. He never really struggles to get going. Only 11 rushing yards on 5 carries. We'll go to him again here on 2nd and 10. A little bit better outcome that time. He gets 6 up the middle. Now we come out with the 5 receivers. We're going spacing with these just quick curl routes. Quarterback draw might not be a bad option here. We'll go empty stick, actually working to the far sideline. Houston might be open there on the quick curl. We will go to him as Jordan Houston makes the grab there. That time for 16. He had a big 22-yard catch 2 weeks ago in that win over Indiana to set up the game-winning touchdown from Dylan Lonergan. Now into the final 5 minutes of this first quarter, we'll go Clay Thievenin up the middle, nothing doing. Now we'll go RPO alert Omaha. Might get one of these guys on these out routes, otherwise just going to give it to Antoine Raymond. Both looked pretty well covered there on the split-second decision. We'll just go for the safe option. We'll give it to Antoine Raymond. He gets 4. Going to go 3rd and 6 now. Drive under as Lonergan takes the snap. We'll try and get KJ Duff, but the pressure breaks in, and that is Zion Ely, the 5-star recruit, the highest-ranked recruit to ever come to Maryland, and that is his first career sack. The Baltimore, Maryland native staying close to home and delivering in front of the huge fans here against a ranked Rutgers team as they're looking for their first conference win of the season. They're Anderson on the punt as the returner does get that big hit by Moses Walker on special teams. But let's take a moment there for Zion Ely. Had a bunch of offers on the table, but staying close to home, a top 10 recruit nationally. And he's now making an impact for the Terrapins there to the sideline. Washington hooks up with the man, that one for 8. Again, that was Naeem Abdul-Rahim Gladding. His second catch of the day, now 2nd and 2. There goes the tight end Fleming in motion. And we're now going to be on man coverage with him, against him. And they do go for him as Moses Walker just a few steps behind. And Fleming moves that across midfield for 13. Zion Ely makes up a tremendous defensive end duo with Sidney Stewart, the true sophomore. He had 7 sacks last season as a true freshman. Now off the play, Malik Washington finds a man there as we're just a little discombobulated in coverage. And now Maryland going to show some pace here and hurry it back to the line. We'll try some man coverage on this play as Washington takes the snap. Has him in there for the end zone. That's caught. Absorbs a huge hit from Chris Joins, but gets into the end zone for the touchdown as the Terrapins take the lead here. Just over a minute remaining in the first quarter. Our offense has been stagnant. Zion Ely, a huge sack to force the punt. And Naeem Abdul-Rahim Gladding, going to be saying his name a bunch just because it's such a tongue twister, but observes a huge hit there. The Old Dominion transfer already 3 catches for a touchdown in this game, and we have to play a little catch up. Absolutely cranking here from College Park as we take over a fresh set. Good blocking this time from Antoine Raymond. Finally, a hole opens up for him. He gets 12. Now into the final 30 seconds of this first quarter, playing off a very light box. We have numbers up front. We'll just go here for Jashawn Benjamin. Give Antoine Raymond a little rest this time. He gets 3. And that will take us into the second quarter. A 7-0 lead here for the Maryland Terrapins. 0-3 to start Big Ten play. After a 3-0 start to the season, they're trying to snap this 3-game losing streak here at home against the ranked Rutgers team. Our first time being ranked since 2012, I said it was earlier. Our offense a little slow to start with only 61 yards to show for our efforts. But here, a touchdown drive hopefully incoming, and hopefully we can draw even here in this rivalry game. Our first rivalry game of the Dynasty. I'm not sure how many official rivalries Rutgers has. Maybe Syracuse, I would think, is another one. And here on 2nd and 7, going to go some RPO action. We'll go KJ Duff there working with a cushion, as he'll work that towards midfield, his second catch. Jashawn Benjamin still the back here. We'll try and run a stretch here to Zion Ely. Not sure if that's the smartest decision, as blocking does hold up. Cuts there, back across midfield for a nice gain. 13 for Benjamin. Raymond back on the field and back with the ball. Nothing doing there, just 1 yard. Now we go zone alert bubble for Ben Black. Hopefully the slot corner there goes off a little bit, but he was sticking with him. We'll try and go outside here with Benjamin. As we kind of win the corner there, we'll get 6, setting up 3rd and 3. Now on 3rd and 3, we'll go all hitch. A play call we haven't tried, but I kind of like it against his front, but it's well covered. We'll try and get that for Thievenin, and he bodies his man out and makes the catch for the first down. And now here we're going to mix in some more RPO on the slant bubble. Duff on the slant, Ben Black on the bubble. And we will go outside there for Ben Black. Can he make a man miss? He cannot, but we will get 6. And now we go play action read here on 2nd and 4 inside the red zone, working to the far side of the field. Lonergan off the fake, trying to get that for Vernon Allen, and that one out of his reach. On 3rd and 4, maybe 4 down territory at this spot of the field, depending on how this play goes. But with that being said, I don't mind running it here, especially with Antoine Raymond as our guy. But the defensive line for Maryland has really had our number. Has nothing doing that time for Raymond, so we can take the points here. We can play it risky. I think we'll just try and hard count, maybe get an offside jump, but probably not going to be the case. Even though I might like this play call, we'll just go for it. We'll send it. 4th down conversions were a big thing last week, and we get that for Cameron Anthony working to the outside, back in. A little out and in there for the Ball State transfer. And like I said earlier, really establishing himself as our top tight end on the team. Now we'll try some triple option here at the 3-yard line, as we will pitch that for Clay Thievenin. Why did he go back? I guess it was a bad pitch, but we had him going out, but the pitch forced his animation back to the ball instead of going in stride. So that forced us back 6 yards, not what we wanted there. And it did set up nicely. Now 2nd and goal at the 9, we'll just go back Antoine Raymond, and again, nothing doing. Wise sail now here inside the 10, 3rd and goal, and Raymond has not struggled so much to get going in any game so far this season, even last week against Indiana. 3rd and goal now at the 9. Lonergan just going to try and get rid of that one. I mean, we tried for KJ Duff, but again, pressure broken very quickly. And ultimately, we are going to have to settle for a field goal attempt. Jai Patel on from 26 yards. Not the best angle, but not the most difficult by any means. As that up into good hands. So our Rutgers Scarlet Knights finally on the board here, as this first half winding down about halfway through it. And the Terrapins' 7-3 lead, 6:05 left in the 2nd quarter. Washington and the offense back at their leading 7-3. The defense doing a bang-up job so far in this one. The front 7 really enforcing their will on us. And now Washington will keep off the fake. Does get good blocking, especially there in the 2nd level. He'll cut back inside, and he'll work that all the way to the 48. Great blocking downfield that time for the Terrapins. And they are rolling already, knocking on the door of midfield. And now someone is going to jump up front, and that'll be a neutral zone infraction on Jaden Burnett. So Maryland gets a helpful nudge as they are now into Rutgers territory. 1st and 5, a fake, as Washington trying to again working it to the outside, but stood up that time by Koch Sanders. The junior safety is our leading tackler. I'm not sure if that's how you want it, though. And now they will give for the ground game DeJuan Williams. Maybe his first carry deep here into the first half. A redshirt sophomore, actually on the Doak Walker Award watch list. 1st down out to 41. They fake it, and they try and dump that underneath, but some miscommunication. Now 2nd down. Man in motion. And they go back for Williams on the ground. Good blocking there from 55. Setting a pancake. And that opened up Williams mightily on that play. Almost opened him up all the way. Just made a last-ditch tackle that time. They go right back to him as DeJuan Williams works that ahead for another 1st down. Washington and Williams, one of the better underclassmen tandems at quarterback, running back in the conference. And now a quick one there as they set it up. And that goes for 8. 2nd and 2 now at the 8-yard line. Going to send a cornerback blitz here. Really no answer for Maryland on this drive. They go back for Williams as he spins off that blitzing corner, as that does bring us to the 2-minute timeout now. 3rd and inches coming up at the 6. And they will get for DeJuan Williams. We almost had a man there in the backfield to snatch him up, but he's able to evade and breaks into some stanky leg as the Terrapins increase their lead. And our Rutgers Scarlet Knights ranked for the first time in almost 15 years, but trying to get back on track. We have a drive here to maybe give us some momentum going into halftime, as DeJuan Williams really came alive on that drive. Really didn't implement him at all in this game other than that drive, and he pretty much worked him all the way down the field. Malik Washington's making some good decisions, running the ball well when he needs to. And now it's up to our offense to get some points here. 3 is not going to cut it, as Brathwaite not making anything happen on the return. And now we're going to open some triple option here, starting at the 16, down 14-3. Lonergan gets the pitch there for Antoine Raymond. That time in stride, makes the man miss on the spin, and he will work ahead for 13. Time ticking, but we're still just going to give him another run here, maybe call a timeout, try and catch him off guard with the stretch, but is going to stretch us too thin. We go back 3. Now going to try a wide cross out of pistol spread We might have Ben Black on a quick one there to the far sideline. We'll try KJ Duff downfield, though, and we're hit as we threw. Otherwise, might have been able to tuck that in for him, but results incomplete. Now we'll try stick and nod. And I think we might want to put Duff on a slant, though, work him over the middle of the field, but not going to work here with the crowd noise, so just got to stick with the call. And it's your 3rd and 13. Lonergan takes the snap. Trying to get Ben Black there over the middle. Can he get the first down as he does will himself ahead and gets the first down? What a call that time. What a play by Ben Black. As we'll now hurry up, go stick. As we hit the minute mark here in this first half. Might be able to get Black on a quick out this time now. Although it was picked up. And then we might have Vernon Allen the third, and that drops in for him as he'll just go straight line out of bounds. And that one for 25, showing some late life here. It was just 3rd and very long a moment ago. And now fresh life here at the 35-yard line of Maryland. Here with the light box, we'll check to a run here for Raymond. Hopefully catch him on a nice gain. As Raymond there does get a little reach block. And that is going to go for 15 yards still. 2 timeouts for Rutgers. We'll hurry back to the line and go smash here. Maybe get Allen or just Duff there on a little quick hitch. Lonergan takes the snap. Trying to just check that down for Antoine Raymond. He makes the grab, takes a hit there from Wingate, the leader of this defense for Maryland. We'll take our second timeout. Now 2nd and down, 32 seconds, just 1 timeout left. Ben Black there in motion. Trying to get Cameron Anthony to the end zone. And that's in the hands, but dropped. We were trying to work it more to the sideline, but got caught up throwing that one on the run, which forced it a little bit off the mark. Now 3rd and 6 at the 16. Lonergan, quick one there for KJ Duff on the slant. Can he finish it off? And he will power his way into the end zone. KJ Duff, I think just his 2nd or 3rd touchdown of the season. It's paramount to get him going in the passing game if we're going to have any success in that department, as he just goes ghost there. That same glitch, I guess, from last year, maybe even the year before. But we do get a touchdown here to close out the first half. It was looking bleak there moments ago. 3rd and 13, but we get the conversion to Ben Black. And now that sets up a KJ Duff touchdown, much needed. Using that big body, getting some separation over the middle, and then using it to physically body himself into the end zone. I was considering going for 2 here, but I don't think it's necessary at this point in the game. We'll just take the points. And I believe we do get the ball at halftime, if I'm not mistaken. Or actually, I think I am mistaken. I think we do kick after the half. So we're going to have to hold strong not only for these final 23 seconds, but out of the gate to start halftime. Now 14-10 from College Park. Our Scarlet Knights trying to preserve that ranking, that number next to our name. You know, it's been a long time since we've had a number there, and we finally do. But we'll have to put together a strong second half if we want to keep it. See how aggressive the Terps play it here to close it out. They'll go ground game there for Williams, and a good tackle there from Bradley Jones. -3, and that may take us into halftime. Might call one more play, as they do not. So 14-10 going into halftime. Our number 24 Rutgers Scarlet Knights here on the road, trying to mount a comeback in the second half. Down 4 here against the Terrapins, who are desperate to get back into the win column. Mike Loxley maybe on the hot seat. He's had a long tenure here with the Terrapins, but back-to-back 4-win seasons. Got off to a hot start this year, but have since lost 3 in a row. And we see their number 2 Miami Hurricanes up 17-10 against the Florida State Seminoles. Heading towards halftime, Mensa, a lot say maybe a top 10, top 5 pick, maybe even the number 1 pick in this upcoming NFL draft, and maybe putting together even a Heisman campaign if the Hurricanes stay undefeated. Oklahoma up 17-14 over Kentucky. The Sooners number 10 in the nation. I saw Colorado up 14-10 over a ranked Utah team. But back here at College Park, Malik Washington and now DeJuan Williams coming alive for this Terrapins offense. We've also had a really good impact there from Naeem Abdul-Rahim Gladding, but Dylan Lonergan leading this Rutgers offense. Another clean performance. He's been taking care of the football, and we end the first half with an exclamation point as KJ Duff powers his way into the end zone. More than double their time of possession, 5 out of 9 on 3rd down compared to just 2 for them, but their 8.5 yards per play is definitely gashing us, as we're now set to start the second half here from Maryland. Patel on the kickoff, and likely going to take this one out from the tip of their own end zone. DK Gilly there in pursuit. He lays the boom, as he often does there in those open field tackles. And the Terps backed up now, starting at their own 13-yard line, 4-point lead. Washington will give back for Williams, as he gets 4. 2nd and 6 now. Washington on the drop back. Rolling to the left, has a man open, it's caught. And that goes for 6 yards, going to bring up 3rd and inches. Abdul Rahim Gladding, his 5th catch now. Also has that touchdown. 3rd and inches at the 22. Going to go a quick one there to the sideline, as that's caught by Fleming for the 1st down. I like that play design. Quick, decisive, open man at the sideline for a few yards to get the job done. Now up to the 32. They go back for Williams as he trucks a man and gets 7. Williams entered this game 7th leading rusher in the Big Ten. Now up to 45 rushing yards on just 8 carries. Make it 9 carries now, trying to go off a block. Breaks the tackle, still powering forward, and gets 3 in the 1st. Now 4 receivers out there for the Terrapins will go corner blitz. Work that in again. They go quick one there, setting up a screen, and they have some green guys ahead for Abdul Rahim Gladding, eventually tracked down by Koch Sanders, but that goes for a good gain. He's now up to 76 receiving yards as they hurry it back to the line. Check the wear and tear. It looks like Moses Walker needs to come off for a little bit. Washington takes the snap here from the 30. 1st down, quick one there to sideline, just dumps it off for Williams. And Kevin Levy, a good tackle, only a 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9 now, going linebacker blitz there on the inside. They go RPO and dump it off there for the backup tight end. And that will get 7, sets up 3rd and 2. And correction, that's actually Webb, a transfer from Tennessee, his 2nd season with the Terrapins. 3rd and 2 now at the 22. Man motions out wide. Washington takes the snap. In the pocket, has a man open over the middle of the field. And that's a big hit from Ty Morris. But not before Chris Durr Jr. makes the big play. Now here, 1st down inside the 10. Washington just going to dump that off for a man. We're getting, again, discombobulated on defense. We're getting caught up getting our substitutions on the field with the wear and tears because Koch Sanders also now hurt, along with our starting linebacker Moses Walker. So we have some adjustments to make defensively, obviously, as we surrender an opening half touchdown here for Maryland. They extend their lead back on top by 11, pending the extra point. And that's Preston Howard, the backup tight end here, just finding in the soft spot. We missed a tackle there with Sanders, and too close to the goal line for us to make a stop. And now Maryland going to be up 11 points with this extra point. And something I can appreciate about the slider set we're working with, I think that it's good that we have the variety, the parity that we have, because of course you would think logically that after a win against a top 5 team that we would visit Maryland and just come in and make light work of them. But of course not the case, and of course football isn't always logic, so I do like this result that we're getting on the field so far. I like the product we've been working with, but I'll like it even more if we can spark a comeback here, down by 11 on the road. Big Ten play. Lonergan will go for Raymond, makes a man miss there off the spin, and gets 7. Raymond is going to have a much stronger impact here in the second half, maybe his slowest first half production-wise. There to start the game now off the play-action jet sweep. We can't get the blitz pick up there. Raymond could not pick it up. He was out running a route, and a great counter play call there from Maryland as they sent the blitz on the play action, got home, and now 3rd and 11. Lonergan takes the snap, trying to get Cameron Anthony over the middle as he finds some space again, and he's really coming alive here. 20 yards that time. He's now up to 43 receiving, and we're now into the final 5 minutes of this 3rd quarter. Blake there, the motion man. Another give for Raymond, and nothing doing again up the middle. 2nd and 9, going to go RPO alert bubble here for KJ Duff. And we'll just take the safe option there for Antoine Raymond. He'll take 7. Now on 3rd and 2 at the 49, definitely 4-down territory in a 2-possession game. I mean, I don't know if I like this look against the box that they have, but we'll just go for it as Raymond does get the lane and then some, a 9-yard gain. And I'm surprised that worked out so well. There was a lot of disposition there. I wasn't sure, but we'll take the result now. Less than 3 minutes left in this 3rd quarter. Raymond motions out wide. We'll take the quick cushion there for KJ Duff over the middle, and despite his wide catch radius, Dylan Lonergan a little off the mark that time. We thought we had some inside leverage there with room to run, but it falls incomplete. Now 2nd down, we'll get Jashawn Benjamin to give some good blocking there in the 2nd level. We got the pancake as Dante Chin couldn't pick up that extra block though, but we'll take the nice gain there for Benjamin. Hopefully a sign of things to come for our running game. And now we'll just check right back to inside zone. 1st down at the 30. Back for Benjamin as again a nice lane opens up. And we'll take 11. Maybe this was meant to be the Jashawn Benjamin game, not so much the Antoine Raymond game. for 1 week. We'll go back to him here on a stretch as he can't win the corner, tracked down for no gain. Now gun spread will go deep attack. I mean, Vernon Allen III might be wide open there on that quick out. I might even just put him on a curl route, although we can't with the crowd noise, so we're going to have to call the play. And Vernon Allen III going to go for him, and we make the good read and stop short of the line to gain, though, so we'll hurry back and see how we're looking here. 3rd and inches. Might just go Raymond. We'll call a quick one there for Antoine Raymond, as he does not get the first down, tracked down there, pretty much just at the line. And we don't have to call a play here. We could take it into the 3rd quarter, but I think we will call a play. It looks like the A gap might be open there. I think we can get a yard here to keep this drive going to close out the half, as we will call it there for Raymond. And we do get the first down. We take a big hit there as Maryland ends that 3rd quarter with an exclamation point. This game moving along, though, from College Park. 21-10 deficit, but we are on the doorstep here, and we need a touchdown to open this 4th quarter. Ohio State still #1 in the nation, followed by Miami. I think it was Notre Dame at number 4, a 6-1 Notre Dame team at number 4 with BYU at number 3. So here, 1st and goal at the 8 to start the 4th and final quarter. We'll try jet sweep, see if we can get Ben Black going to the far corner here. We got the block there from Antoine Raymond, makes a man miss, and Ben Black into the end zone. I think now 3 or 4 touchdowns on the season. He had 2 a few weeks ago, multiple in the same game, and now we're back in it. Probably gonna have to go for 2 at this point, I guess, make it a field goal deficit. But a nice play call there out of the gate there on the jet sweep. I had a good feeling about it, and Ben Black is feeling good now as he gets us into the end zone now. I want to maybe check to a run, but I do like our variety on these routes. We could just dump it off for Thievenin if everyone drops back, maybe even Benjamin over the middle on that angle route. And we could always roll it out with Lonergan as well. So here for 2 as Lonergan rolling to the right. Trying to just get that for, I think that was Clay Thievenin, but well covered as that blitzer read that very well, stayed back patiently, and he got to Dylan Lonergan. So a 5-point deficit, now a field goal is not going to tie it up, as Maryland now a chance to put this out of reach yet again. A touchdown drive here, you got to think, especially if they're able to kill a lot of the clock again, would really aid their efforts of closing this one out. So Moses Walker, we will bring him back despite 1 bar less on the wear and tear. Malik Washington will take a big hit there from Zaire Angoy, shutting the block and making a big hit and setting the tone on this drive. Hopefully now 2nd and 10. Washington on the drop back. Rolling to the right, he's brought down for a sack. That's Malachi Davis. Our pass rush has been very silent in recent weeks, but Washington right that time rolls right into Malachi Davis for the sack. A loss of 7, and it'll bring up 3rd and 17. So our defense finally puts ourselves in a really good spot to take advantage of this Maryland offense. Just good persistence by Davis. I mean, didn't even really win against that block, but spun right into Malik Washington as he was rolling out. And now 3rd and a mile. Washington sprinting there on the roll to the left. He's hit hard by Jaden Burnett, and that is going to force the punt. So our defense stealing momentum now early in the 4th quarter after a touchdown drive to start things. And don't look now, but we may be in position to take back this game. Ben Black on the punt return now, working it to the outside. Don't like to go too crazy with the punt returns. You can kind of exploit that, I feel, in this game. So mostly fair catch it, but that time a lot of room to work with. So down 5 here at the 42. We'll start here, none other than a give for Antoine Raymond. Makes a man miss there on the juke. Antoine Raymond now off to the races as Joyner giving chase inside the 5 into the end zone. As Antoine Raymond continuing this marvelous season, maybe set to become the all-time single-season leading rusher in Rutgers history if he keeps this going. And he's now dancing, and Rutgers is now back on top. It was looking pretty bleak there, especially going into halftime moments ago, but a strong start to the quarter, which already sees now 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes. And Antoine Raymond again breaks free, making a man miss there one-on-one. And when you're that last line of defense against Raymond, you got to at least impede his efforts, but not even able to get a hand on him. And he's off to the races, untouched pretty much. And we'll take 6, and now another 2-point conversion upcoming. 22-21 with 10:22 now remaining. This to make it a field goal deficit. We're going to go RPO. Slant bubble this time. Bad read there to Black. We should have went Duff. as we fail again. So 2 points left on the board. You look in hindsight, if we just go 2 extra points, it's 24-21, but instead we fail to execute both times. Maybe a little rushed, especially that time. We got to just get back grounded, back down to earth, much like coming into this week. After that big win against Indiana now, the juice is flowing again after coming back in this game with the lead, but not far from over. Still over 10 minutes in this game as they start a 5-yard completion. 2nd and 5 at the 21. Man in motion, and they fake it to him and the back, and that's over the middle off the play fake, and that's knocked down, I think, Ty Morris, the linebacker, on the pass breakup. Now 3rd and 5, Washington on the drop back on to the sideline. That's broken up, and again, Maryland forced to punt, so very bad efforts here out of the gate to start the 4th quarter. Not even 3 minutes in, they've already punted twice. Rutgers has already scored 2 touchdowns, and as I said, not going to exploit the punt returns too much. We'll call the fair catch at the 23 and bring the offense back out there. Antoine Raymond went nuts last time. We'll start here for Jashawn Benjamin. Try and get him some more yardage. A strong carry there for 10 and the 1st down. Of course, this game far from over. Got to finish strong here. Only a 1-point lead. Give for Benjamin, working to the outside. Good blocking. He makes a man miss there. Showing some good footwork here. Some good body control on those strong jukes. And we're going to start feeding him here down the stretch. Good patience there, trying to squeeze through that B gap, as that developed a little too slow for him. And that was Zion Elay, who goes off for the injury timeout. Now 3rd and 1. Go back for Benjamin. Lane opens up the middle, and he'll work that for 8 to midfield. Left guard Dante Chin goes off to an injury timeout now. 1st down at the 50. Get Antoine Raymond back involved, and he'll work that ahead for another 10. All run so far on this drive. We'll try and work in a pass here. Motion dagger. Wouldn't even mind just dumping it off to Raymond there towards the sideline. Cameron Anthony there, the motion man. And we'll just go for Raymond, trying to make a man miss there. And I thought we could, but we do not go back 2. I wasn't even looking down the field. I just had my mind already made up on just dumping it off to Raymond. 1-on-1. I'll take that chance every time. Now less than 7 minutes left in the game. Okay, for Raymond, that's Wingate. Read that all the way to fill the gap, bring him down. And it looked like we were rolling, but now 3rd and 13 at the 42. Still only a 1-point lead, so we at least want to tack on a field goal here. And Lonergan there for Jashawn Benjamin, quick out. And Benjamin just short of the 1st down. Going to be 4th and 2. And I think we will just go for the field goal here, make it a touchdown. Make it so that Maryland has to score a touchdown. A field goal won't cut it if we're able to sink it here from 49. Jai Patel, I think, flawless so far on the season. But I don't know if this is anything tougher than we've asked him to do so far this year. As Patel does get the kickoff there. The kick is up, and that is into good hands. That just barely squeaks over the crossbar. And we extend this lead from 1 to 4. And now Maryland, a touchdown is going to have to be it, unless they can just drive down quickly, not chew up any time, and maybe rely on the defense to get another stop. But at this point, with 5:33, I think if you drive it down the field, you kind of have to assume it's your last possession, as Rutgers now a 4-point lead. Going to have to finish strong defensively, as Maryland a decent return that time compared to the others. They start to 18. Now Washington takes the snap to start this comeback drive maybe from Maryland, as he gets a man there at the sideline. And that was Dorian Fleming. I might have been saying Deshaun Fleming, so apologies there. Correction, Dorian Fleming, the John Mackey Award watchlist tight end. Washington now on the drop back, being chased by Davis and Burnett, trying to get that on the move to a man at the sideline, but just has to get rid of it. Washington, I believe, now 16 for 22. Lonergan 16 for 23, so the quarterback's very even numbers in this game. Now 3rd and 8, and that is going to be out of the reach there for Chris Joins, and that is Fleming. He says, "Remember my name, get it right," as he carries that all the way down to the 4-yard line. What a hit there for Maryland, 76 yards. And they are now on the doorstep of the lead. A quick hit here as they work it all the way down the field. Now a quarterback draw there from Malik Washington. He spins off a tackle and powers his way into the end zone. And the Terrapins take the lead. They take it back. And now the Scarlet Knights are again going to be forced to get the tie now. I mean, a field goal will tie it up, but hopefully we can get a quick touchdown drive again. Rely on Benjamin, Antoine Raymond, their legs, as they've been moving the ball tremendously in the second half after the Maryland run defense was dominant in the first half. It's been a different story. Raymond is over 150 yards, but it doesn't matter because the Terrapins are back on top. Now 4:37 left in the game, 28-25 here from College Park. We'll give Dylan Brathwaite another chance, a kick return touchdown back in week 2 against Boston College, but this time stopped at the 18, so 82 yards to pay dirt, but we don't need a touchdown. A field goal will do it, but of course your sights are always on the end zone. Here we'll try and get him off guard with a little triple option. And we're stopped there. Better not to force the pitch, as Sidney Stewart, a good tackle for loss that time. And that we lose a lot. We lose 4, so going to check here to slants middle, or audible to slants middle down to the final 4 minutes. As Lonergan takes the snap, sitting in the pocket, trying to get KJ Duff, and sat there too long. What are we looking at? And we now need a big conversion here. 3rd and 14 at the 14. Going Y sail, maybe get Cameron Anthony again. Vernon Allen the third, or maybe even a dump off for Raymond if he has some room to run. Lonergan takes the snap. I think KJ Duff, even in double coverage, he makes the catch there in stride. And we get the 16-yard gain. What a play there for Duff. Always just seems to come up with the big catch when we need it. And now first down back for the ground game for Antoine Raymond. Good blocking up front again as he works that past the 45 down to the 48 for 18. Less than 3 minutes now. We'll go Z Crosser. First down at the 48. Rolling to the right. Try and tuck that in for Ben Black, and that's behind him. Knocked down by Wingate. Second down after the incompletion. And we'll go back for Antoine Raymond. Some good patience there. And he works that ahead across midfield for 7. Going to be 3rd and 2. Now we'll bring out 5 receivers. Go empty stick here. Don't have to call a play, but I think we will just sneak it in. As we take the snap. Lonergan there trying to work that for Ben Black, but again hit as we threw, which will now be 4th and inches as we hit the 2-minute timeout. We'll come out in mesh spot, but it could always just check to a run, which I think we'll actually do here with a very heavy front. 4th and 2 will go Antoine Raymond. The hole opens up for us, and we get 8 yards. We'll just hurry back again, run another run play with that heavy front. Try and work one to the outside now on split zone. And we go back for Raymond. Nothing doing as the line slanted with us. And now we'll bring out 4 receivers on the field. Antoine Raymond, some left shoulder wear and tear, so we'll just rely on Jashawn Benjamin for the time being. Now on 2nd and 14, Lonergan across his body trying to get Hopkins in his hands, but incomplete. So now 3rd and 10 at the 37. Maybe not the best play calling here because we need to get in field goal range. Worst case. Now we'll go mesh. Get Cameron Anthony again. He has some space to run. Cameron Anthony, have yourself a day. And we still have all our timeouts, but we'll just keep playing the hurry up card. And now we'll go for Antoine Raymond. 1:11 on the clock from the 21, down 3. Antoine Raymond the give, finds a lane. And he works that to the 15. And we eventually call a timeout with 42 seconds left. Now here's 2nd and 4. We'll go circle. As Lonergan takes snap. Lost the right edge there, but regained it. And now Lonergan just going to use his legs like he did last time against Indiana. And he runs for the first down. Lonergan had a scramble touchdown to win it late in the game. And now 35 seconds from the 10. Lonergan takes the snap. We'll try and swing that for Antoine Raymond. Can he make a man miss? He does there on the spin. He works that across the 5. Now down to the 2-yard line. And we'll just hurry it back, go inside zone. Let the clock run down a little bit more. 2nd and 2. We just got to stay composed, get set. Don't want to call it too early. We'll call it with 15, 14 seconds left. Antoine Raymond trying to power into the end zone. He stopped short. So 1st and goal, we'll call another timeout. I was really nervous there that if we called a play, it would run down the clock. So playing it safe than sorry. And now here at the 1-yard line, 1st and goal we'll get for Clay Thievenin as he finds the end zone, and Rutgers Scarlet Knights have completed a nice comeback here late in the game. Some very good clock management. Our defense just came alive in the second half. I think just what allowed the 1 touchdown. It was, I think, 21-10 at halftime, if I'm not mistaken. But we never gave up, just continued to persevere and just, believed in it the whole entire time. It wasn't always pretty, but it's going to be 32-28 now, which is the exact score we defeated Indiana by in week 5. What are the odds of that? And now here for hopefully the last kickoff. You got to hope, because you don't want Maryland kicking it off with like a late kickoff touchdown, although that might eat up more than 10 seconds. As they are on the return, Moses Walker there to make first impact. And now it's 6 seconds left. This might be the last play. As they're going Hail Mary, Washington gonna chuck that down the field. Can we get the pick at least for playing style grade? And we do not, but that falls incomplete, and our Rutgers Scarlet Knights complete the comeback here. It wasn't a huge comeback, but a comeback nonetheless, battling through adversity. You know, of course, like I said earlier, after a top 5 win against Indiana, you kind of come here against Maryland, a team on a 3-game losing streak, thinking that it's going to be a cakewalk, but a cakewalk not at all, as it took all the, all the focus, all the composure, all the skill to come away with a victory here in a tough rivalry game against the Terrapins. But Antoine Raymond just short of 200 rushing yards. He's got to be the leading rusher in the Big Ten at this point, I would think. I know it was Moton from Iowa who previously was at the top, and we outscored them 22-7 there in the fourth quarter, and amount a very nice comeback here. I love the wins in all different types of ways. Malik Washington, a very good game, started off very well, 17 for 24, 241 with 2 touchdowns, rushing the rock. DeJuan Williams, I know, had a good day, 9 for 49. I think if they used him a little bit more, they would have been a little more successful. But looking at our Rutgers stats, passing the football, Dylan Lonergan, 19 for 30, 215 passing, 2 touchdowns, and again, taking care of the football. I think only 2 interceptions on the season for him. I think we only have 3 as a team, maybe 4. So we've been very good at taking care of the football. Antoine Raymond, 29 carries, probably the most he's had in a game so far. We really had to rely on him. 194 on the ground, a touchdown. Jashawn Benjamin followed up that 6.6 yards per carry, 73 on 11, as they make up a very nice 1-2 punch for us. KJ Duff had a receiving touchdown, 4 for 52. Ben Black also had a receiving touchdown, 3 for 27. That touchdown on an 8-yard jet sweep. I think that was to start the fourth quarter and spark our comeback. And Cameron Anthony, 4 for 60. He made a few big catches for us, really solidifying himself as our top tight end defensively. Moses Walker, Bradley Jones, and Kosh Sanders tied with 7 tackles, but Kosh Sanders didn't even play most of that second half. 1 tackle for loss for Angoy, Malachi Davis, and Bradley Jones. Only 1 sack in the game from Malachi Davis. No interceptions. Jai Patel, 2 for 2 from field goals. Hit from 49, that big one later on in the game. And really nothing else to note for kick returns. But this is where I'm going to leave, folks. Thank you so much for watching. It was another very good episode as our Rutgers Scarlet Knights are ranked. Probably going to be, hopefully, inside the top 20 now. Not the most convincing win over Maryland, but a conference win nonetheless. And no matter who we're facing in the Big Ten, it's going to be tough. There are no easy games. And, going back to that Week 3 loss against USC, how much growth we've already enjoyed here. Going from 34-3 in that game now. A win against Indiana. A nice comeback win on the road against Maryland, as we get the hard commit there from Taylor Stein, the Wayne, New Jersey native, 6'5", 240 pounds defensive end, as Kane Burns out of Paramus reaches his top 3, and also Anthony Daniels, Virginia native, reaches his top 3. A gem running back at 6'2", 233, a power back, but could also maybe play some linebacker. And Kane Burns, a quarterback, really the only quarterback we're pursuing right now in a battle with the Illinois Fighting Illini. But next episode, we're going to be taking on the Northwestern Wildcats. They're at 3-3, 1-2 in conference play, as we try and continue to climb up the polls, now at 23, so we go up just 1 spot from last week, which is understandable. Still at number 1 is the Ohio State Buckeyes, Miami at number 2, BYU at number 3, Texas Tech at 6-0 at number 4, and Notre Dame rounding at the top 5. But as always, everybody, it's been real, and be well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.